Disappointed but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised.
Hey guys, welcome back to another week of The Fuckery, where you're disappointed but not surprised co-hosts. I'm Alex.
I'm Addie.
And we had a little brief hiatus again. Nothing major. I was in Mexico, actually. So I went to Sayulita. It's like an hour from Puerto Vallarta, so you fly in there, whatever. It's super nice. Very like hippie-ish, like big surfing area. The beaches
like
are
relaxed,
beautiful.
kinda.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah.
Like I didn't put on a dress anytime. Like
so
just
nice.
like
You're in your bathing suit till like 11 o'clock
exactly,
at night, I bet.
like shorts and a nice tank top to go to dinner. Like nothing fancy. Like I guess you could if you wanted to, but like why?
Pointless, yeah.
Exactly. And then you just like walk around. There's such cool people there, and like everybody is fucking happy.
Yeah.
But I guess we would be too if we were in 80
Keep
degrees.
Mexico and not in New York where everybody hates each other.
Exactly. Yeah, but no, it was a really good time. We went on a boat one day, saw whales, went snorkeling. So that was fun. Went in a cave, even though I'm claustrophobic as hell.
Are you?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Oh my God, yeah, I hate it. But and then coming home, of course, me and the person I went with got sick. Well, he got really sick. Like he got
Montezuma's revenge.
yeah, like he thinks it was the flu, but we were in the airport and like
You're in Mexico when you have the shits. It's Montezuma's revenge. It's not the fucking flu. Seriously.
yeah, well, no, but it was like the chills, the body aches, like fever.
Montezuma's revenge. Put two and two together.
So the last day we were like obviously had to go to the airport, and we're like waiting in the airport, and like I feel like the stupidest people on earth congregate at airports.
No shit.
Like everyone is so dumb. Like there's even on the way there, have your boarding pass and passport ready.
And then they're digging through it.
When they get to the thing. I'm like, are you kidding me? At the security, take laptops out of your bags. Put your bag in a separate thing from your jacket. Like everybody's like mind just like goes out the fucking window when they get to an airport. I don't understand it.
It's like nobody's ever flown before.
Seriously, it's like when you get to the DMV and they're like, okay, do you have your driver's license? And they're like, like nobody knows like what is going on? So on the way back, we're sitting at the airport, and the person I was with had to run to the bathroom again.
Sounds like my boyfriend in the airport after
Right?
he ate the oysters that time when you know he's allergic and we're hopping on a fucking plane and you eat oysters and you got the shits the whole flight. It's like,
I don't feel bad for you
I don't
now.
feel bad for you.
You did that to yourself.
Go take your Pepto-Bismol and shut up.
Yeah, for real. Oh my God. So, I'm sitting there waiting, and this group of like 6 people come over. They're like older. They're not that elderly. They're older though. But this one guy sits down, and I was like, "Oh, that my boyfriend was sitting there." And he just looks at me. He's like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Okay." Then the rest of the crew comes getting wheeled up to the seats, and they all sit around. The people leave with the wheelchairs. They pop up. They're moving their luggage. They're going here. They're getting food. They're coming back. And I'm like, so my boyfriend comes back from the bathroom, and he's like looking at me like someone's in my seat. And I was like, here, just move my bag. You could sit on the other side of me. He's like, you didn't say anything? I was like, I did. And he looked at me like I had 16 heads.
See, that's fucked up. It's like, dude, respect.
Yeah. So he's like, when he was walking back, he had seen them getting out of the wheelchairs, and he's like, guess they don't need the wheelchair, like so loud. And I'm like, oh my God, because they're literally sitting next to and in front of us, like across from us. So like
Fakers.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh. Then they're like just walking around the whole time, whatever. We get on, the plane's about to board, and the flight attendant comes up and is like, would you guys like to be seated first?
But they don't need the wheelchairs.
No, so
they're
they-
just like the fat people at Walmart that
Yeah,
like,
that get the motorized scooter.
yeah, just so
Fuck
they can
you.
ride around Walmart so they don't have to like walk down the aisle and get some steps in.
Yeah, exactly. So God forbid you lose a calorie. So they walk on the plane, no problem, because they want it to be first. So then the whole flight, I swear to God, it was like a revolving door of the 6 of these people going to the bathroom, walking up and down the aisle every 5 seconds. And I'm like a people watcher. So I'm like watching everything. I'm noticing who's getting up, who's doing what. I'm telling you, the whole time they're getting up and walking to the bathroom. The plane lands. They go, the captain or the flight attendant makes an announcement and goes, for the group that needs the wheelchairs, they're not ready. They're not at the gate yet. So please just sit tight. So my boyfriend's like, oh, I bet it's those jackasses or whatever. I'm like, yeah. I was like, but did you see they had no problem walking to the bathroom? He's like, yeah, 50 fucking times. I'm like, I know. So sure as shit, we're getting off the plane and it's them 6 sitting there like, durr, like waiting for the damn wheelchairs. Like you were having no problem. You just want to get wheeled through the airport like it's fucking Disney World.
It's too much walking for them. They don't want the exercise.
You're lazy.
No, I know.
Like
People
if
are
you're
lazy.
disabled, fine, but they were clearly not, and that's what pissed me off. Then we're walking out of like we got our bags finally, and then we're walking out. These people just dead stop like right in front of us and is like taking selfies.
Oh my God, what are they, Asians in New York City? Seriously.
So these guys behind us were like, keep it moving. What the fuck you guys doing? And I was like, oh, wow. Like, okay, at least he said it and I didn't have to. And they were like, you can't stop here. Like multiple people are like screaming
What are
at
you
them.
taking a picture of at the fucking airport?
You're like walking down the hall of the airport. Like, what is special about that, you fucking idiot?
like the bookstore there? What the fuck?
Like, it was ridiculous. So then we're trying to like exit like the airports because we had to wait for our shuttle to go back to the car. And these people are just all congregated in front of the revolving door because they make you get in that revolving door now, like that goes around the circle. People are just congregated in front of there, but not going outside. So like, what are you like? I was like, are you gonna move? Like, let me in so I could get outside. Like, what are you doing? And you know, they all look so stupid
they have
and like
no airport etiquette.
they're like the dumb look on everybody's face when they're, or like the frantic deer in headlights look like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like oh my God, I can't. My blood boils. Like, it's not hard. For some people.
For some people it is.
Okay.
Like, I guess airports are kind of confusing, but they're really not, considering there's signs everywhere.
There is a sign telling you where to go. There are also bathrooms
Bathroom
everywhere.
signs. Bathroom.
Like, I don't know what's hard. And there is like a meme. Did you see the meme? I just saw it recently and it was like checking to see if my gate exists before I go pay $9 for a bagel or something like that. Because you know how like I do this too though. Like I have to walk to the gate to see where it is. And then I'm like, oh, okay, it's right here. And then I go off and do whatever I want to do.
Do you?
Yeah.
We do that.
I just want to make sure I know where it is.
We do that when we're together, so we're not like carrying, because we never check our bags. So
Okay.
when it's me and him flying together, and then one of us will go, sit at the seats and then we'll go. But when I'm by myself, I get everything I got to do, pee, water, snacks, and then I go sit at my seat.
Well, I just want to check that it's there.
Because magically it won't
Yeah,
be.
because it's like it'll say 1 through 7 and then mine's like 5. But like, why wouldn't it be there? Like, I have to go visually look. Then somebody made a meme about it. I'm like, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one with like OCD.
Like they magically skip your number at the
yeah,
airport.
like
just for
it would be
shits
like,
and
oh, it's
giggles.
actually down around a corner and you missed your flight. Like that would be my
suck,
fucking
even though
luck.
you're there 3 hours before.
Yeah, disappointed but not surprised.
Oh my God, that would be fucking our luck.
But yeah, like, I don't know, everybody's like loses their mind. It's like when it snows here and people just forget how to drive. Like, just drive how you normally would, a little slower. Like, it's not fucking complicated.
Just cautious.
Yeah, that's it.
One time we were coming home from when we worked together. I remember this. And then not even the time when we all had to pull over on the side of the road and everybody. Okay, so I'll tell that story first. So there was this one time where all of us left work at the same time, and then one of the guys, wasn't there like a pile up?
Yeah, there was a pile up.
So we leave where we work, and it's on like a main highway, like getting off onto a main highway, and somebody like pulls over on the side of the road, and Alex was in like a rear wheel drive.
It was a Honda
car
Civic
at the time. So she pulls over. But how
because we were sliding everywhere. Everybody was like skidding out.
And then I pull over because
you want to make sure if I was okay.
I was going to make sure that you were alive. But then, like behind us or in front of us,
I think it was in front of us. All of a sudden, we hear like crash,
and it was like a 3-car pileup, and we're like, "How the fuck did we not get hit?"
So then we start driving. And we see, remember Curtis? He was standing on the side of the road, like smiling, but like sadly smiling because his new car got fucking smashed.
Didn't we just keep driving?
Yeah. We were like, no, we rolled down the window, we're like, Curtis! And just drove away.
I just followed you home that whole time because I was afraid you were going to get hit. And then another time when we were coming home from work, I remember that I don't know why people are so fucking stupid. Like, if it's snowing, don't drive your Mustang.
Right.
Don't drive your Mustang. Like, they're rear wheel drive. Like, that is not the car to drive. So it is blizzard. Like, my car can handle it. I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Yeah.
I've had a Jeep Grand Cherokee for years. I mean, I get the same white Jeep Grand Cherokee with black leather interior 3 cars in a row.
Yeah.
So I've had the fucking car for over a decade. Like probably 15 years. I've had the same, keep on getting the same car. So I'm driving and I'm behind this Mercedes, and it's like swerving in and out of the road. And then something happens and the fucking hood flies up. Not that Mercedes, the Mustang. The hood flies up on the Mustang. And the guy's like almost like Dumb and Dumber or whatever, how he's like, he can't see. So he's like leaning out of his fucking window. Get out of your fucking car
and close
the hood and have somebody pick you up because your Mustang clearly can't ride in the fucking snow. Like, it's not that hard.
Like sitting out the sunroof driving with your feet so you can see. Like, just pull over, you idiot.
Like, why are you like trouble to get home that bad? It's not that fucking hard. Like, leaning.
And it doesn't even snow as bad here as it does other places. Like, my coworkers are all in like Buffalo, Syracuse.
Yeah.
It snows there all the time, but like nobody gets in accidents and shit because they know what they're doing. Down
and they
here,
know don't drive in it.
Yeah, down here everybody's like literally like becomes mentally slow when it starts snowing or raining.
Well, most companies too don't make you drive when it's snowing, but unfortunately,
The car business,
it's like rain, snow, sleet, holidays, you're coming to work.
Yeah, well, what about the time I lived like the furthest away from when I worked in at Volkswagen? I lived the furthest away, so it was snowing really bad one morning, and it was supposed to like continue throughout the day. So I call the manager and I was like, hey, like, do you want me to, like, do we need to come in? Like, it's going to get bad and it's already pretty bad. Yeah, the owner wants us all to come in. Okay. Nice. Took me forever to get there because now you got to drive like 2 miles per hour. I'm still in the fucking Honda Civic.
Oh God.
So it took me forever to get there. I get there, take my shit off, start working. The owner comes in, not probably 45 minutes later. Everyone go home. This weather's really dangerous. So I just drove for 2 fucking hours to come sit here for 45 minutes. I didn't even like defrost yet.
And now
I have to go back. Oh, and then they go, oh, Alex, take Mary home. Because she didn't have a car. She would walk to work. And somebody had picked her up on the way. They were like, can you take Mary home? I'm like, well, I don't want her to walk, so I guess.
Right, I don't have a fucking choice.
I'm doing like fucking donuts down the road because it's so icy and my car's terrible.
Your car sucked in the
That
bad
was
weather.
the worst car in that weather.
Oh my
God.
God. That was dangerous. Alex would just be like, shoo,
Like so just like skiing basically like on the highway. And it took me 3 hours to get home that day. No
Holy
joke.
shit.
And I couldn't see anything. Like the only thing I could see, everybody put their hazards on. That was the only thing I could see like flashing through the snow in front of me. So I'm like, I told the manager, I was like, I will never come in when it's snowing again. I was like, I could have like died, number one. Number two, I could have gotten in a car accident. Number three, that was the biggest waste of my fucking time.
It's 5 hours or six hours.
Well,
2
total-
hours there, total 45 minutes, and then 3 hours to get
Yeah,
home. So 6
for
hours
what?
for nothing.
Like, thank God I was salaried, because if I was like hourly, it would have snapped.
Dude, that would have fucking been bad. Bad.
So speaking of cars, someone I know lent their car to their sibling, who is pretty much a hot mess. Like
Pretty
the,
much?
Yeah, the nicest way to put it is like just a hot mess. Like always has been, steals, lies, has no remorse for anything. It's just like she Addie was here one time on New Year's Eve, and she was the other person was here just walking around with a backpack on, and I'm like, what is she stealing everything?
So
We're like,
Alex goes, put your purse in my bedroom and I'll lock the door so she doesn't steal anything from your purse.
yeah, because that's like the level of trust that.
And she was wearing a backpack, so now we just call her Backpack Queen.
Yeah, we were like, okay, backpack, put the damn backpack down, backpack queen.
Now our nickname for her is Backpack Queen.
Yeah, so I'll reference her as
Backpack Queen.
So Backpack tells her sister, like, oh, hey, can I borrow your car? I have to just pick something up, and then I want to go Christmas shopping quick, which could have told you that was the first lie, because
She doesn't
you don't
have
go
money
Christmas,
to go
shopping.
for anybody.
But okay. So the girl's like, yeah, okay, doing her a favor. So that was probably like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's now like 3. She's like, where are you? I need the car. Yeah, I'm coming. Relax. Don't worry about it. I'll be there soon. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Where are you with the car? I'm coming. Relax. You're so annoying. Blah, blah, blah. And the girl's like, well, I need my car. Like, I had things to do today. It's like 9:30 at night. The car's still not back. 11 o'clock at night. The car is still gone. Long story short.
Backpack's not answering the phone.
Yeah, Backpack stopped answering. Long story short, Backpack sold the car to these like hoodlums.
Like just straight up sold her sister's
Like
car.
basically traded it, because it's not an actual sale. Like you don't have the title. You don't have like.
Right. It's like under the table. Like you
Yeah,
just
like,
gave away
like
the
basically
car.
you gave away the car for something else in return. Like that was it. So the poor girl did not get the car back for 2 weeks. She
Holy
finally
shit.
got it back.
And it's probably like covered in like cum and cigarette burns.
Dude, you had to see the inside of it. It was covered in blunts,
Yep.
cigarettes, and ashes. Like, she had to go get it detailed. She was trying to press charges on Backpack because, like, what the hell? But they were like, the cops were like, useless. And we're like, oh, well, you gave her the keys, so it's unauthorized use of a vehicle.
So then it's
But
the sister's fault
basically.
to lend her sister a car?
But remember, they did that to me when somebody was driving my car and I wasn't even in the state, and they got a DWI and they blamed me.
Right.
They were
and
like,
your
well,
car was in repo and
yeah, I had to do a voluntary repossession on my credit because I
Right.
had to give it back to the dealership because the judge was like, well, you left the keys out, so that's your fault.
That's fucking
And I'm like,
crazy.
I wasn't in the fucking state.
yeah, he just took the keys. Like he's
Yeah.
my fucking
Yeah.
living in my home.
Yeah, you live in my house. Like, what? Or well, we live together.
Like, what are you gonna like lock up your fucking keys?
Exactly. Like, that's crazy. Like, I didn't know you would do that.
Steal my car?
You're like, so yeah, so they couldn't do anything. But I was like, but Backpack doesn't even have the car. Like, so technically it is stolen at this point. Like, I don't get it. So then we come to find out that the hoodlums that she, quote unquote, sold it to, sold it to someone else for $1,000. This is like a new, nicer new car, like $1,000
$1,000.
Like, what goes on? So then,
It's so on brand with Backpack to just steal a car and sell it to somebody else.
and like, what were you thinking? Like, no, like, she'll never notice. Like, what did you think was gonna happen?
like, I'm just gonna borrow her car and she's never gonna expect it back.
Yeah, literally. I just do not get the mentality of people. My cousin car got stolen. He like over the summer he like left it.
Oh, the booger car.
No, it wasn't the booger
car. He had a green Kia Soul, and Alex's sister called it the booger car.
Because my uncle like randomly went to the Kia dealership one day and bought it and came home with it, and everybody's like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, my new car. And Gabby's like, it looks like a booger. And he got pissed. He was but like, come on.
It is a booger car. Please, I worked for Kia for years. They're booger cars, and anybody that buys a booger car is fucking off their rocker.
Well, yeah, clearly. Yeah, no, so my cousin, it was actually like up the block from me where his car got stolen. So that's great. He left the car running while he ran into the liquor store.
So that's his own fault.
But I do that all the time when I run in there. Not anymore, obviously,
Yeah.
but I used to, because I'm like, I'm just running in, grabbing what I need and like hopping back out. Well, never do that again, because he went outside and he's like, where's my car?
Dude, where's my car?
So he like goes in the liquor, and his cell phone was in there, his wallet, like everything. So he goes back in and he's like to the people at the cashier, and he was like, can I use your phone? My car just got stolen. They're like, what? And he's like, yeah. They were like, did you leave the keys in there? He's like, yeah, I left it running. And then they started giving him a whole like lecture about not doing that.
First time it happened at that place.
And he was like, I don't want to hear this lecture from this old bitch. Like, what the hell? Like,
but you leave the keys in the car and you leave it running in New York. Like,
I guess that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I used to do that. But he went to the cops, obviously. They were like, yeah, we'll look for it. Like, yeah, okay. So then one night, he's coming home from like the bars in an Uber, and he's like just looking out the window at the train station, and he's like,
that's my car.
was that my car? So the next morning, he goes back, and sure as shit, it's his car just sitting in the train station parking lot, like under the trestle. And so he got it back, but I mean, I think it was dead, and it stunk like weed.
Yeah.
It was probably like kids, like, or young people, whatever, like took it for a joyride
And just like left
smoked it out, and then just ditched it. Yeah. But it's like, I thought the cops were looking for it. Like,
it's
what do you, it was
under the
literally,
train
like, how did
trestle.
he find it himself? Like, come on. It was probably like 20 feet from where they stole it from.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The cops didn't look for it for shit.
No,
don't
they didn't
care
look.
about that
They're-
stuff. They
they're
got
like,
bigger
oh,
fish to
well.
fry. Yeah. They're probably like, well, you're a fucking idiot for leaving the keys in the car and leaving it running when you got out of it.
Exactly.
So we found Backpack's car.
Not Backpack's
Not
car, but the other
Backpack's
one.
car, but the other one.
But it's like, I'm like, Backpack needs to be cut off from everybody, because she just has no remorse or care for anyone.
Did she even say I'm sorry or no?
No, she sent the sister a nasty text, don't start shit with me. I said to my sister, I was like, I would have mollywopped your ass until you were in a fucking wheelchair, like those people on the flight.
Yeah.
If you ever, number one, did that with my car, number two, fucking had the audacity to text me saying something nasty after you just fucked me over.
But like, what's the sister really gonna do?
But like,
Nothing.
she wasn't even helping her trying to get it back. Nothing. Like, she didn't like wake up the next day and was like, wow, I really fucked up. Like, let me try to help you get the car back.
She just got her money and
She just didn't give a shit. Like, what? Like, I can't be.
stand-up figure of society. Backpack Queen strikes again.
But like, really? In this same Backpack We went on a trip.
This is like an example of how Backpack lives her life.
But this has been going on since like this age. So we went on a trip to Ocean City. She was probably 12 at the time. And our hotel had an ice cream parlor in it. So every night our parents would give us money to go get ice cream from the ice cream parlor. So one day, the workers there were like, you guys aren't allowed in here anymore. And we're like, haha, like, give us the ice cream. And
You're
they're
12.
like, no, seriously, like, you guys are banned from the ice cream shop. We're like, why? And they were like, she stole, pointing the backpack, stole from the tip jar. And she was like, no, I didn't. Blah, blah, blah. It turned into this whole thing. We're arguing with them. We're like, well, you have cameras in here. Show us the footage, blah, blah, blah. So then we go tell our parents. Backpack's mom comes storming in the ice cream shop like, don't ever fucking accuse my kid of stealing.
Holy shit.
This whole thing, long story short, we're not allowed to get ice cream there anymore. But she like swore up and down, I did not take this. I did not take this. I did not take this. Fast forward like 10 years later, she goes, hey guys, remember that time we were in Ocean City and they said I stole the tips from the tip jar? We're like, yeah. She's like, I did. Ha ha. And we were like, what? We were like, you fucking asshole. Like we were like about to
12.
ball out with these people at like 14, 12 and like 15 years old. And you like really did take it.
It's on brand for Backpack.
It's so on brand.
Like, just the fact that she carries a backpack around at the party and you're like, hide your purse.
Because I'm like, what are you putting? Put the backpack down. Like, what are you going to put in there?
And normally you go to a friend's house and you just like don't worry about like your wallet being lifted.
Yeah, like you would think that.
Like a close, intimate birthday party for like your best friend, but then like Backpack Queen shows up and it's like, hide everybody's purses.
It's like sad you have to even live that way.
Yeah.
Even one time me and my cousin went to a party and we would put our pocketbooks like in the kid who we knew, like his dresser drawer, because there would always be randoms coming and like it was a lot of like dirt bags that would hang out and whatever. So one night we're like about to leave and my cousin's like, all the money's gone out of my wallet. So we're like, oh my God. So we're trying to do like process of elimination. Like, who could it be?
Backpack.
No, Backpack wasn't there. And we kind of like thought maybe it was this like one guy. So this other guy's like, I have a bright idea. I'm going to call him and ask if he wants to go to Splish Splash. And we're like,
what is that gonna
and
do?
he's like, if he says yes, that means he took the money.
How?
We're like, oh, because I guess the guy was broke. I have no idea. So we called him, but the guy didn't pick up. So we were like, whatever. My cousin was just like, whatever, forget it. Like, just, what are we going to do? We can't go around like accusing people.
Yeah.
Like how I thought somebody took money from my house and it was under my refrigerator.
$20 and then she cleans the house and it's under the refrigerator.
Whoopsie.
Whoops.
But that's why I don't accuse anyone.
Right.
That's why like I would never go and say, did you take my money?
Right. And $20 is $20. Like, walk away.
Exactly.
I stole $50 from my ex once when we were like on our drug bender.
Oh, fuck him anyway.
Yeah, fuck him. And we were on a bad drug bender and he accused me of it. And I was like, who the fuck do you think I am? I'm your fucking girlfriend. Why would I take your money? It's like, we're a partner. Meanwhile, I took his $50.
Whatever, fuck him. But now that I'm thinking about it, I live in like the most dirtbag fucking town. Because I remember when I was like 18, my iPod got stolen from a party. Like my cousins had this huge house party out where they lived. And like everybody from my town came out to come to it. And we had my iPod like playing on the speakers. And basically a bunch of people slept over there because it was like 30 minutes away from like our town. So the next morning, I look at I was like dating this guy at the time, and I look at my boyfriend and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to put like my iPod away. I hope it's still there. And he's like, oh, it should be. So we go downstairs and the iPod's gone. So everybody's like waking up and getting ready to leave. And I was like, no, we're finding the fucking iPod, whatever. So everybody is like looking for the iPod. It's nowhere to be found. I'm like, okay, well, somebody took it because where the fuck could it be?
It was playing music last night.
So-
Should just be where it was.
Yeah, exactly. So we're like, obviously somebody took it. So we're like thinking like, who could it be? We're doing like process of elimination. And we're like, okay, definitely know it's not these people. I definitely know it's not these people, whatever. It was this big deal, but that was it. So he had to go home. So my boyfriend at the time, he's like, we're going to figure out who it is. And he was like a nut. So I was like, okay. So one day, someone that was at the party that I was friends with texts me and goes, is your iPod pink and has like scratches on the back? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh, so-and-so has it. And it was a guy. It was somebody, it was one of our friends' dudes that she was hooking up with that she brought to the party.
But like what? So he can listen to your Backstreet Boys playlist?
Yeah, I know. Or can you like wipe it out and like put your own?
Probably.
But like, why do you want a pink
pink
iPod? Like you're a dude.
Go buy one for $100, you poor
Because the
fuck.
girl was like, I knew for a fact that like he didn't have a pink iPod. Like, and now all of a sudden he has a pink iPod and yours is gone. So I call up my boyfriend and I was like, yo, so-and-so has it. And he's like, seriously? So my boyfriend calls the girl that was like hooking up with the dude and was like, find out where he is right now. So she's like, okay, because she was like done with him after that. She's like, he's a thief. That's gross. Like, Alex is my friend. Like, fuck him, whatever. So she goes, oh, he's at Petco or PetSmart or something. So my boyfriend at the time and his friend, who was a fucking psycho too, like beyond, they fucking roll up to Petco and the guy sees him when he's like getting into his car and he like jets off.
He knew what it was about.
I'm sure he did because the girl he was hooking up with like confronted him.
Oh, shit.
And was like, you took Alex's iPod? And he was like, no, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I'm done with you.
Why do you have
like,
a pink iPod then?
Right. And like he was just like cursing her out like as if she did something wrong. So they just follow him and he goes to his house like a fucking dumbass. Like, and he like runs in his house. So they're like knocking on his door. His mom comes to the door and he like won't come out of the house. So later on that night, I go over to my boyfriend's house. His friend is still there. We're hanging out and he's like, nah, you know what? Fuck it. We're getting this iPod tonight. Like,
why didn't
I'm
they
done.
just call the parents? If somebody called my parents and was like, your daughter stole my iPod, like, please give it back. Like, these are the playlists on it. My parents would be fucking pissed.
Yeah, I don't know. But so I don't know. We thought we were tough. We'd handle it ourselves. We were like 18, like whatever.
Yeah.
So
Now, like, that's what you do back then. Now it's like at 37, it's like, just call their parents.
yeah, exactly.
I'm telling your mom.
So my boyfriend like calls the guy and is like, I'm coming to your house. I know you have the iPod. Give it to me. And the kid's like, okay. So he goes, we're coming to your house now. So the three of us go rolling up to the house. They're like to me, like wait in the car. Cause now they're like, wonder if he like called his friends or whatever. He's like, not that they cared. They were like insane. So, but the kid comes out, he's in his slippers and like bathrobe and he like comes outside and he's like, sorry. And my boyfriend's friend is like, do you know what a glass jaw is? So-and-so? Like, and the kid was like, and he's like, what? I didn't hear you. Do you know what a glass jaw is? And the kid's like, yeah. And he's like, I can't hear you. He's like, yeah, I know what a glass jaw is. My boyfriend goes, bam, pops him so fucking hard in the face. This kid flew out of his slippers and
Holy
landed in a
shit.
snowbank. I've never heard a sound come out of a human being. He was, arf, 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 arf. He sounded like a seal. His mom comes flying out of the house. She must have been watching from the window and is
Holy
like,
shit.
you motherfucker, blah, 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 blah. And like, so we just jumped in the car and like peeled off. But I got the iPod back.
What is a glass jaw?
When you hit somebody in that sweet spot and it knocks you out instantly.
Oh, shit.
So this kid didn't lose consciousness, but like
He just sealed.
He was, oh my God, arf, arf. Yeah, like he rocked him. His slippers were in one spot and his body was in another spot.
Holy shit, I'm surprised
But you
his
remember
jaw
my
didn't
ex,
break.
he's
He was
like
fucking nuts, yeah.
and he was huge, like compared to, I mean, back then compared to that kid.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. He was a personal trainer too.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, he just rocked him, and he was the kid in town like you didn't want to fuck with because he was out of his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
So for you to take his girlfriend's iPod is really not smart. I don't think he knew it was mine, probably.
No, he probably just saw an iPod and just grabbed it and ran.
But we had eliminated him right away. We were like, oh, he wouldn't do that. This person wouldn't do that. This person, sure as shit,
It was him.
So you never could trust anyone,
I love how he came out in the bathrobe and slippers, like non-confrontational.
right? Asshole.
Like not with like fucking brass knuckles on, ready to go down.
And then anytime like me or any of my friends like would see him after that, we're like, hide your stuff. So and so is here. And like
So
he was always
embarrassing.
mad and like in a bad mood.
Well, you did it.
Exactly. Like my sister saw him before we figured out it was him. My sister saw him at a party one time and he like, this is when we like suspected, or I don't know what happened, or maybe it was after she said something to him and he like punched her in her back. Like when she walked away, like he was such a twerp.
Ew.
Yeah.
Like you don't punch a girl in her back.
Right? Like, what is? You're the one that took the iPod, dude. Like, no, we're
Maybe
nobody's.
he did fucking deserve the fucking punch in the face.
Oh, for 100%. Everybody said in like school the next day he had like a welt the size of like Mount
Good.
Everest on his face. I'm like, good. And then he has to walk around all embarrassed.
right. Don't steal a fucking iPod, you piece of shit. Buy your own.
Jackass.
Ask Santa for one. Santa Claus. All right, guys. Before we close out.
Confession Corner.
Okay. First confession. I subscribe to my cousin's OnlyFans and I get off to her regularly. Ew.
That's gross.
Ew. She's been doing OnlyFans for a while, but I got curious a while back and had a quick look. Now I'm on there every time she posts to bust one out for her. Like, that's gross.
You don't think that's weird? There's like 8 billion other accounts on OnlyFans you could jerk off to. Like, you have to look at your cousin.
your cousins and then you see her at Christmas?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you don't feel like, obviously she doesn't know, but like,
hopefully.
wouldn't you feel like awkward and like a creep? I guess people don't though. People are like weird.
Well, did you see that thing on TikTok where, like, this is like related but not related, kind of, where that lady caught her husband with the camera in the shower and he looked at like her 12-year-old daughter's showering.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
He installed a camera or 12 or 6 or 16 years old or however old the fucking kid was. Her daughter, the stepfather installed a camera in the shower and watched her shower from like a webcam.
I would kill him.
Oh,
I would kill him.
Fucking would lose my shit. Have him arrested for fucking pedophilia. Family watchdog his fucking ass. Like, that's disgusting.
Oh yeah, forget it. Like,
oh my God. And then you can never tell your daughter.
no.
Oh my God.
Did you see that one thing that like the woman, I think she was from another country maybe, I don't remember, but she found out that her husband was like a child molester and molesting the kids and she threw hot oil on him.
Good.
And like she ended up getting arrested and everybody was like commenting like free her immediately. But like seriously, I'm sorry. Like I would do the same thing.
I would do
like
the same fucking thing. I'd probably castrate him.
absolutely, and make him eat his own dick.
Yeah, seriously. Like put it in his mouth and let him bleed it out on the floor.
That's like
There are some things where I feel like revenge should be legal.
absolutely. Definitely.
Like especially when it comes to kids, like that one thing where the what was it? The murderer of the son. It was old. It was from like the 80s. Do you know what I'm talking about? And a cop tipped the dad off to say where the murderer or the rapist was that murdered or raped his son. And then the dad shot him point blank when he was like on his way into prison. But the dad really didn't get in too much trouble for it because the cops tipped the dad off.
It sounds
Do you know what
familiar,
I'm talking
kind
about?
of.
It was like big news. But like, I don't think the dad got in that much trouble for it. Like, he didn't go to jail for murder.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you see that movie, Law Abiding Citizen?
Years ago, but I
When
don't
they
really
like
remember
he
it.
like raped and killed the wife and the daughter, and then he had like basically nothing to lose. So like, and the guys who did it, like they got off on like very little jail time because of some, I don't know. So he like went after the judge, the lawyers, the like everybody involved, and like tortured and killed them.
I
But,
would
like I would be
too.
like, cool.
Now I gotta watch that again tonight.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I had
but, like-
nothing else to do since I'm fucking unemployed. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I'm unemployed right now for the first time in my life.
Send us money.
Send us money. Like, side note, like I left my job because I didn't like my job where I was at, getting another job, and I went on 3 interviews for the job that I was actually very excited for because they make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And it was only 10 minutes from my home. Like, the commute's nice. They don't do crazy 14-hour days like I was doing at the first job that I was at for 10 years. That, you know, the pay's really good. 3 interviews I went on, and when I started, they're like, oh yeah, we need your vaccine card.
That's ridiculous.
And I was like, what? And I was like, you couldn't tell me that on 3 fucking interviews? 3 I went on for this job.
I would sue. I'd be
You
like, you didn't
probably
disclose
could.
that to me.
They didn't disclose that at all.
I thought
So-
COVID was over.
It is. It's done. And
You don't
the
even have to
vaccine
wear a
doesn't
mask in the
do
airport
anything.
anymore.
No, you don't. But at a car dealership, you need a fucking vaccine. And apparently, I was like, all right, whatever. Like, yeah, I can get a card. But they run the vaccine cards. They run it through the system.
Do you have to get the boosters and shit too?
I don't think so.
Now
You just have to get vaccinated.
Because technically now, if you're vaccinated but you're not boosted, you're considered unvaccinated. I don't know.
It doesn't
I'm like,
do fucking shit
you
anyway.
still, everyone's still getting COVID.
But
So what
then
does it
those
matter?
fucking morons that are like, I'm vaxxed and boosted, but I got COVID. But thank God I'm vaxxed and boosted because my symptoms are less. I was just in the hospital, but I would have been dead. It's like, fuck
you're
you.
such a, like,
You're
so
a
full of
fucking
shit.
idiot, you sheep.
For real. Like, you're a fucking idiot if you really think that this shit works.
And like, no offense, like something like a vaccine, like everybody should get their choice. It shouldn't be mandated for shit.
No, especially not now, especially not for your job.
And then I saw like they had an Indeed ad for this job, and it's like we put everybody's safety first. Like I saw an Indeed,
But we'll rip people off blind.
yeah,
Like-
exactly. We want everybody's safety first, and we ensure that everybody's vaccinated. But it's like, that's not my safety. Agree
Right.
to disagree. I have a serious, and so do you, Alex, a fear that the vaccine is harmful.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people seriously fucked up nerve damage, like a lot of shit from it. Like
Healthy
serious
people dropping dead left and right.
from the fucking vaccine.
And everybody will be like, you're conspiracy theorist.
No, it's not. It's a fucking fact. My fucking Grammy has had serious fucking nerve issues since the fucking
Yeah,
vaccine. Like she could
exactly.
barely even fucking walk.
That's horrible.
Like, put 2 and 2 together. She gets the vaccine. A day later, her nerves are shot.
Well, Pfizer just came out with a thing saying that, like, yeah, more people are having blood clots because of the vaccine now.
And then fertility, miscarriages up 400%. Like, I'm trying to have a fucking kid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go get vaccinated. and
Not
then
for
try
a
and-
job where you could get another one.
I could get another one tomorrow. So I've been unemployed for 2 weeks, but I'm like kind of enjoying fun employment and I'm
Probably
not worried.
so nice.
It is. I got to say we're a little bored just because there's like, you know, some days when it's raining, it's like, all right, we're just cooped up indoors all day
Right.
for the most part. But we've been like, you know, Christmas
If it was the
shopping.
summer, it would have been better.
Oh, it would be
but-
fine. And then I'm going to go down to Florida for Christmas, and I extended my trip. Instead of just going
Good.
Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, I'm going for like a week. And then I have another interview on Monday, so I'll probably have that job when I get back. So I've
Yeah,
been
so that'll
interviewing.
be
I'm not
fine.
worried about it. But like, you couldn't have fucking told me about the vaccine.
Right,
So I
exactly.
didn't quit my job. And then
Yeah, that's fucked.
that's fucked. Like 3 interviews, and you tell me when I start, oh, we need your vaccine card too.
Yeah, no, that's not right.
Right?
No.
I'm not getting that vaccine for fucking shit. You know, we
Lawyer
haven't
up.
talked
We're gonna
about
be
it.
rich.
I could. we haven't really talked about it on the podcast because it's such a sensitive subject, but like, fuck that thing.
Yeah. I'm
If
like,
you're healthy, you're young, you don't get sick, you take your vitamin C, you take your vitamin D, you work out, you eat organic, you eat clean, you're not fucking obese, you're fine.
I know. And I still haven't gotten COVID yet.
You haven't because you work from home. I got it because I'm around inbreds at work.
Yeah. That blows snots everywhere.
I'm around inbreds at work, so I got it because one of the guys knew he had COVID and was hovering me last year. And then my boyfriend is vaccinated, and I gave it to him.
Right. So the vaccine
Doesn't work.
right? Okay.
Doesn't work. And his symptoms were the same as mine.
Yeah, exactly. So
He's
it's
like, well, I felt better faster. And I was like, well, I went back to work real fast and I was doing multiple hours, like 12-hour shifts.
Right.
So, like, I didn't give myself time to heal. You slept the whole time for a month.
Exactly.
He didn't
So-
go back to work. He worked one day that month last year.
Yeah, so give me a break.
Give me a break. I know. He's like, well, maybe my blah, blah. I'm like, okay.
No, like enough.
We had the same symptoms. We had a little bit of brain fog. We had sinus infection and we felt weird. Like we felt like
Off.
like how like you're really high and like you just feel fucking weird.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
like almost like the whites, you know, when
Yeah,
you get like
yeah.
really fucking high and you're like, I feel awkward.
Yeah.
So, all right. Enough of the side noting with COVID.
The next confession, stealing my neighbor's bras and panties. A few years back, I'd been asked to dog sit for my neighbor and her adult stepdaughter. They were both very attractive. The neighbor was about 30, petite redhead with a fat ass, and her stepdaughter was 19, flat-chested but super slutty. Since dog sitting involved a few days of staying at their house, I eventually got bored. I decided to go through their underwear drawers for fun.
Claude.
The stepmom had several thongs and some incredibly revealing bras. I also found some sex toys in her drawer. The stepdaughter didn't have much of any interest, but I did get turned on fondling the same bra that her A-cup boobs had been in. Over the next few days, this became a routine. Whenever I got horny, I would go back to their drawers, pull out something sexy, and jerk off with it, always being careful to put it back exactly how I found it. I still think about those days frequently and wonder if they would have missed just one bra should it go missing.
I would know if a bra went missing.
I would too.
Yeah.
Well, I would just probably think I lost it.
Dude, that's like so creepy too. Like sometimes you have workers in your house and granted most of the time you don't leave them, but like that's like gross to know that they're probably fishing through your panties.
Right?
Right?
I used to think my old landlord did that.
Probably.
Like when we weren't home, like go through the underwear drawer and like sniff them.
Remember that worker that I had that one time that skeeved the
Oh
fuck
my
out
God,
of me? He
yeah.
was creepy. He
Yeah,
was like
he
an
was a weirdo.
electrician and he said something to me and he came in to do some electrical work in my apartment and he's like, I have the master key for all of the apartments. And I was like,
It's like, yeah, that's scary.
I put a camera in my apartment just to see if he came in and out.
I don't blame you.
I was creeped.
Yeah, I get creeped out by shit
Creeped.
like that, especially when you live alone. Like, no.
Hell no. He creeped me. All right, next one. I'm a straight man, but find pussies gross and only jerk off to trans women cross-dressers. So, although I identify as a straight man and I'm very attracted to women, but a chick with a dick is just way hotter than a chick with a pussy. Let's be real. Pussies just gross me out, and I just think cocks look much better aesthetically. They don't bleed every month and don't smell as bad. It would be better if we all had dicks, men and women. I find the rest of the woman's body sexy except pussy. I find cross-dressers hot, although the ones who look feminine and passable. If I was rich, then I'd be fucking trans women escorts all the time. Like, no shade, but I don't think you're straight.
You're not. Sorry. Just admit it, though. Who cares?
What would that be? Pansexual. I guess.
It is.
I guess. Maybe not.
I think pan is when you don't have a preference.
You don't have a preference. But I guess that is a preference. Like,
Yeah,
you don't
he
like
prefers
pussy.
dicks.
So then that's gay.
Yeah, I think so.
Is there a thing where you prefer trans? There's so many of these
I don't
things.
know, but I just don't think
I
you
can't
can
keep
sit
up
there
with
and be
it.
like, I'm straight.
But
Like,
I don't like pussy.
yeah,
But I like dick.
yeah, no.
Like it doesn't really
So
work
you
that
like the way women look, but you want like dicks better. I don't know. That's a new one. Maybe we could do some research on that.
Yeah, let's do research on that for next one.
And if the guy ever wants to call in,
Call in.
yeah. All right, guys, last confession. I pee sitting down when my children are sleeping because my personal free time is important and it sucks when they wake up. Phew, glad I could get that off my chest.
We need to talk about this more because Alex and I have had like just say it.
Okay,
I think when guys pee sitting down is so fucking funny.
it's really funny. But why? I know a couple of people that do that.
That's the
And
funniest
two
part.
of them I've dated.
Yeah. Like we had a conversation once. I don't even remember how it got into this. It was recently. It was like 2 weeks ago via text where you said something about how some guy's a germaphobe and he even pees sitting down. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, like they don't want to make a mess or like piss on the toilet seat or like whatever, or even I made a comment to the person one time. I was like, thanks for never leaving the toilet seat up, you know, or whatever it is. Like, well, I pee sitting down. And I thought it was like a joke. And I was like, wait, what?
But you've never seen him pee?
I don't know.
I guess my place is so confined that every time my boyfriend pees, I see him.
Yeah, I mean, and we didn't live together, so it's
the door is
like
open. He doesn't shut the door.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Neither
see,
of us shut the door when we
see. This
pee.
is opposite. See, I don't care. But like, even when I went on vacation with the person, like they're like, "Oh, I'm pee shy," and like shuts the door.
Oh, okay. So that's why.
Yes.
You pee shy?
Not me.
No, but like the dude.
Yeah.
No, my boyfriend literally is just like chatting with me, full conversation, like peeing. One time I'm peeing. This is so weird. This is how you know like you're in love and you're just basically a married couple. He's cooking and I'm peeing and he goes, "Oh, babe, you got to try this." And he like walks into the bathroom and like gives me like food.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is where you know you're too comfortable. Like, can you give me 5 seconds to wipe, flush, and wash my hands?
I know, and
Like,
bringing the food into the bathroom.
exactly. Like, what?
Yeah, but they were like, "Oh, I don't like to piss on the seat, and like, you know, it's just easier to just sit down. It's like cleaner and stuff." And I was like, "All right, cool," because I've dated some people that would piss on the seat and then walk
So
away, and I'm
annoying.
like, "All right."
But then you dated 2 people that pee
Yeah,
sitting
somebody
down.
else that did it too, and they were like, "It's just easier. Like, what if you have to shit?" And like,
But like, don't you know that you're just peeing or like
I have no fucking idea. I don't know, but it was
so,
two
like,
people.
Literally, the 2 men in the USA that pee sitting down. You're dating.
I dated,
them.
yeah. It's kind of nuts.
My boyfriend does it as a joke, only when he's wasted. Because when he's drunk after he comes back from a Ranger game, he's done it maybe like 3 times. And the pee on the floor drives me up a wall.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we've spoken about this before, but like guys, when they're peeing and they can't aim and there's a puddle on the fucking floor, it sends me. And then he went to clean it up and he's like, "Oh, I'll clean it up." But then he's just spreading it around with toilet paper, like not like fucking Lysol
Yeah, and
wipe.
it's like you're not cleaning it. You're just
spreading
wiping it. Yeah.
You're spreading it. You're making it like a bigger puddle and like smearing it into the floor. And so I fucking was like, "Go to the bed. I'll clean it." Like I got really mad. We got in a fight
Yeah.
one time about it. Like I was like, you know, basically like toddler training with a 38-year-old grown man. So like now as a joke, he'll be like, "I'll pee sitting down when I'm drunk just so I don't get it all over the floor." I'm like,
Thank
"Okay,
you.
go, like bye."
Much appreciated.
Yeah, but like he doesn't do that every day. It's only like twice as a joke. And I've never heard.
I
of a
want to
guy
ask
doing
like
that
other
regularly.
exes that I have if they do that, so
Maybe
I could like,
they,
keep a
flock
tally.
to you. Like Alex
right?
dates the
It's like
pee sitters.
narcissists and pee sitters. Well, on that note,
Okay, we're closing out. If anybody pees sitting down, write into the Instagram and we'll message you.
oh, we have to do a shout out.
We have to do a shout out to Sissy Jenna. Jenna?
Was it Jenna? Yeah, I think so.
Jenna. The maid, the one we had at the maid episode a couple of
Our sissy
episodes
maid
ago.
friend.
Yeah, our sissy maid friend, Jenna. So he bought panties from us.
Extra dirty.
Extra dirty.
And we're hoping that his wife doesn't find out.
No, she knows.
Oh, she knows?
yeah, he told her. He told
Oh.
his wife.
I
that-
thought he said it discreet. Do it discreet.
He did say do it discreetly, but then apparently he confessed to his wife that he bought used panties from us.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
All right.
soiled. Not like piss and shit, but like
Like Jim's sweaty.
Yeah. So, Jenna, if you want more panties, they're $50 a pop. And then everybody else, they're 100.
Christmas is coming. Do your loved ones a favor.
Buy panties. All right, guys, message us on Instagram. Disappointed but not surprised pod. Facebook, Disappointed but not surprised pod. TikTok and Twitter are podcast DBNS, and give us 5 stars. And we'll see you next week.
Brr.
Merry Christmas.
Disappointed but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised. Disappointed but not surprised.